Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Good day to you.
Any chance of some...
Well, come to think, he'd come from the Holy Land.
I see.
Well, I heard but by the time he reached me, he had no pieces left of the sword.
And where did the pieces of the...
He sold them off to swordsmiths and blacksmiths hereabouts. Can you even imagine what power it would command?
Are you sure it required...
Who else would she be?
Isn't it a bit strange?
Are you suggesting you might...
What kind of...
What do you think?
Where can I find...
Like I said...
I could do with this one.
Well, everything...
We're just...
Excellent. Farewell.
Jesus Christ.
Are there any problems?
Well, of course it's your own Skalitz folk need the most help. I'm sure she'd welcome some. And there's another. You're from Skalitz, ain't you? You must know Fritz and Matthew then. And it occurs there was one troublemaker around here not long ago. The villagers sent the that's all I can think of. God be with you.
Father, I need...
You?
Yes, that I am.
I'm sorry.
It may sound strange, but I need you to go back to St...
No. No, certainly not.
Why?
A parish that's little but a ruin these days. And besides,
It isn't completely safe, but most...
as my father used...
How did you manage to get...
I didn't.
And why aren't you with our folks at Raton?
Look, here I'm an honored guest, which happens to be mutual. The last thing I want to be doing...
He certainly isn't known for...
Take care now.
Father, when do you plan...
I beg your pardon.
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Raton. And
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but... Take care now.
souls of all the faithful departed.
Mother of God, you reek.
I asked around and Father Francis is doing well in Sasau.
You talked to him? How is he doing? Doesn't he need his cassock fixed?
As I said, he's doing just...
Good luck then. Good luck then.
Goodbye.
I'm glad to see you.
I chose a cook as well.
Tell me who you chose, and I'll...
I chose old Agnes for the cook's job. And a job,
Glad to hear it. I'll have to drop it.
Master Bailiff.
Nothing of interest. God be with you.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
What's going on there?
Hey, who's there? What's that?
What's going on there?
Hey, who's there? Hey, well, who's there? What's come crawling out from under some rock?
To arms!
Get him! Go fucking
Hey, all of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
You call that combat?
Get over here!
Christ!
Ha! Had enough?
Slaughtering!
Hey! Is that all? Kunda!
Is that the best you can do?
What's the matter? Come on!
Are you? You know.
Come over here!
Stop, hear me? Stop. I give up. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Raise the alarm!
Watch out! Come here, No!
Over here! Where is everyone? Quick! Take that!
Is that all you got?
You died for that! Huh?
I'm gonna enjoy this.
You'll get one for...
Well landed. Oh dear.
You're dead.
Try now.
Yeah. What's going on there? Well, I never. It turns up willingly to the To arms! Get over here! Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm! Alarm! Got weak at the knees, have you?
You call that? Huh?
Is that the best you can do? You're dead! I'll slaughter you! What's the matter? Come on! Bring it on!
That's gonna cost you your life. Take that!
No, kurwa! I'll slaughter you!
Show what you're made of!
You get what's for.
Kurwa, enough! You got me. Leave me be.
Call that combat? Is that all you got?
To arms! Get over here! Raise the alarm! Watch out!
What have we got here? Entertainment?
You're dead!
Hey, all of you! Gather here! Raise the alarm!
You call that combat?
Alarm!
Jesus Christ!
Gone weak at the knees, have you?
You gonna cry now?
Ow! Oh, dear, did that hurt? What's the matter?
Christ.
Hey, who's there?
There's the good dog. That's my boy. Look what I've got. You'll love this.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hey, you! It's forbidden to walk at night here without a light. Come now!
Hi! Have a look at those melons! Wouldn't they make a fine treat? Feel free to have a knock. Mushrooms, apples, carrots, cabbage.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Garlic, beetroot.
Good day to you.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin off my nose. Farewell. Can I do anything to help?
Radishes, carrots, and apples that will put a smile on your face.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm looking for a fellow who...
Must be that farmhand Lubosh. I don't know what the hell...
I'd like to learn to read...
You? You don't look like the make... Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of...
All right. I don't want to waste time.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I...
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent! You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're...
You're a clever lad.
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
Nullus est liber tam malus, ut non ad...
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent.
Thank you, Domine.
along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting...
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole...
Did he have any kids?
None. A loner he was.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never...
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything.
Another thing about Luke.
Greetings. What?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well.
Ask away.
Who was this Lubosh?
He was a drunkard and a beast, and lazy.
Have you noticed anything?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going...
Do you know what Lubosh was doing?
What do I care about that scoundrel?
Do you know who Lubosh you...
He was always a loner.
That's all.
Good luck, then.
What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream. Judas. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day. Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
tried to steal them. Now that I done. My respects to you.
I've come in the name of...
Sir Hanush gives a job like...
That man Lubosh.
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad temper.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
I didn't see much of him lately, not even in the
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Noy...
I don't think he was home at all.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used...
I really don't know.
That's all. Thank you.
Take care now.
Father, didn't I see you outside practice? I wouldn't have expected that from...
With a stick. I practiced with a stick.
Do you have any work?
My dear lad, I have more worries than I have to deal with a local...
A witch?
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who...
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what...
A little bird told...
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in a...
In other words, someone... And what's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in child... But this is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poison...
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and see her and find out what she's been up to. I know she lives in fear of the Holy Church. If you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness, fine.
Consider it done.
Good. God be with you.
God be with you.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't...
Did you know Lubosh?
Bit of a lost soul.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Nor...
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your...
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be...
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't...
If I told you, I would be betrayed. If people believe the sanctity of the confessional could...
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than...
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. but I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some... Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern.
All right. Thank you.
Take care now.
Jesus Christ.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating...
Ask all you want, lad.
Who was this Lubosh who...
Those that live by the sword, die by the sword.
Have you noticed anything
Everything about him was suspicious.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof...
How would I know?
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with?
I don't know, since I don't go to...
That's all.
God bless.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Of course, ask away.
That man Lubosh who...
He was a drunk who was always...
Have you noticed anything
Well, now I think of it.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing?
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosh...
He was alone.
That's all. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
I'll be with you. Take care now. Aye?
I could do with a bite to eat.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Coming right up.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to town, but they almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies.
My poor child. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected...
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Uzhitz, so he sent me here to...
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their... Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Neuhof? The good folks...
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Well then, here's to those poor...
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moved...
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to... These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to... So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't... If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But... first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
Here, just as you
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Uzhitz isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard.
It has to be something topical. Condemning, tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, especially if they're about fornic...
Can you give me an...
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching. I'm thinking about putting it in my own...
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus, the lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has... Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled... They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by... You want to baptize a child? Hey, you want to steal... What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he... With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless service. while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor. Amen.
Well, this Jan Huskap.
Oh, the congregational love.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds...
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with...
No, I don't.
What do you think of this?
He's certainly a wise man. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drink.
Where can I find out more about...
You like it? I copied down some of his...
What do the common folk...
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves. But in a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up...
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't...
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been... it's getting quite...
What do you suppose?
That sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Oh.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesnej smutek, do mnie loi rano utek, niech już małżeński majstrat, do przerażylne staje prak. Už sejmoj svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požadem si huby jako poslední den. Buďme se vámi a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejdem, tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh. Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Welcome, Henry.
Think because I'm a man of the cloth, I won't kick your arse? So, my dear, wouldn't you like to
too. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon. Look out.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Radzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it. No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll enter. No need to drag it out.
Christ almighty.
Wonderful.
Let... In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest
of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the grace
How the once great mother of all Christians is losing her
That whelp wants to preach about the church.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is...
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that is... The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of... If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Oi! All honour to Godwin! Let him drink like one of us!
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he came
tongue.
here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhoff.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Vesele.
sir. Help your fellow man in need. Please, sir.
What's happened to you?
I've walked all the way from Kuttenberg, but as you can see, I'm barefoot, so I can sway.
Wait, I'll see what I've...
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I seldom meet such a good Samaritan.
Anytime. Take care. I have some,
Let's see. Article.
I've taken care of the...
Where's the proof?
Here it is.
And that's not all. There's some trouble on the road to Sasau. There's most likely...
Very well, I'll take a look.
I have to eat something. My insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
good fella. That's my boy. Let's hunt something, eh? Hare. Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.
Hey, where's your torch? You can't walk around...